Welcome home everyone, Wookie Legend here, and again today we come back to a how-to video on the Tier 8 Kiev Russian destroyer. It's pretty much your typical gunboat. It goes fast, it has guns, it does have torpedoes, but we're going to be using them only as a kind of like a around the corner, point blank. They're still 8 kilometers, which is fine because our detection 7-1, so we could technically stealth fire them. But that's not the purpose of this boat. The purpose of the boat is just to dakka nonstop, really annoy everyone around you, and be that little nuisance that they don't want to deal with. Let's start out with the captain. You do your typical 10, which is these three and this one. I am going for detection because I actually want to sneak around as much as I can. Typically, you don't have to do this because it's a gunboat, so you're going to be pretty much at max range shooting. So there are a few other benefits to that. But I'm going to be playing it more of the, I want to ambush things, and I want to disengage a lot faster. So I'm going for a little bit of a different build. I think this is a better build for it, instead of just open water gunning, because you can do a lot more when you actually stealth around and then open up. I'm also going with smoke. I'll show you that in a second, but yes, preventive maintenance is a must on destroyers. Last stand, a must for destroyers. Survivability expert, a must for destroyers, because that little bit of XP can help you either dying or not dying, right? And then I went with concealment, which again drops it down to 7-1, which is still not the best, but for a gunboat, it's okay. I'm going for one more charge of smoke and speed boost. And then the rest of it will probably, the next point will be into grease the gears, because you want those turrets to move fast, especially being a fast gunboat. Adrenaline rush would be after that, because the more you get hurt, the faster you can shoot. Okay, going from there, we'll go to equipment. Main armament 1. I went with engine room protection, because they're going to be knocking out your engines a lot. I went with the better accuracy, so aim at system modification 1. Here, we went with propulsion because it's a bigger boat, so we wanted to get moving faster, especially if torps are coming at us. And then we went with concealment. If you go with the other build that they're kind of recommending, where it's just a gunboat, I would go with steering gear mod 2, which then makes your rudder shift way faster, and you could just duck around those shots, right? If you're going to upgrade, go with hull B first. Then probably guns over torps, but I would also upgrade the torps at one point because they just do a lot more damage and they go a little bit faster. The slower torps are just slower. Actually, these are slower than these ones, but these ones do more damage. So yeah, these are slow torps, but once you send them and they're on track, you're gold. All right, from here, obviously I don't have signals right now, but you might. Just click mount and it will usually go to the ones you need. I went with smoke again, not with heal, because I'm actually going to play closer to the enemy. If you're going to be playing the gunboat version, the other one that doesn't have concealment, I would go with repair party, because you're going to just be shooting and they're going to be spotting you nonstop. But I'm going to be disengaging and re-engaging and disengaging and re-engaging. So for me, it's smoke. Again, I always say don't sit in your smoke. But when I'm going to be using this smoke...
Soul taken is now following.
Okay. When I'm going to be using this smoke, I'm going to be in position to not take torpedoes. All right, so here we go. What else needs to be done? This is a Halloween camo from 2018. If you want it, I believe you can still get it certain ways. I'm not exactly sure how again, but here's the boat, just so you guys know what it looks like. Your silhouette's small. Your turrets can potentially help you from getting damaged from the front, but I mean, it's a destroyer. You're getting damaged. For bonuses, I mean, you can get your ship bonus up, but I already have it all upgraded. So I'll go for commander. Try to play around with these two. It's up to you. But if you want your commander at 21, which is ideal, you want to get them there as fast as possible. Other than that, I believe that's all. Yeah, let's go. Let's have a battle. Hopefully this is a good one. You never know. If we're bottom tier against 10s, it's going to be a little bit of a uphill battle, especially with this boat. It doesn't survive very well against tier 9 and tier 10 cruisers. let alone the destroyers, especially if they're gunboat destroyers. So at tier 8, it does okay against other 8s. If you're top tier against 7s and 6s, obviously you just bully everyone. So we're going to find out now how it goes. A lot of people are doing missions right now, so you're going to see some funky numbers, but nonetheless, if we play our cards correctly, this should be really easy. Really easy. So let me just quickly make sure that I'm not going to get another call here. There we go. Yeah. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Simple math. 41 people waiting. We need only 24. Maybe because there's a couple of divisions in there. If there's a division with a sub and it's one sub, usually that takes a little bit longer because they're trying to match up. But because you're in a division with a sub or a CV, that doesn't mean the other division has to have the sub and the CV. So I don't have music for this video, but that's okay. Sometimes you guys just don't need music. It's funny how, though, it's we have to wait here. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so another thing to do is you can't really go into caps with this boat with either build. If you go with the more concealment build, you can't go into caps. It's always just situational. If the team's already progressing and winning and the enemy team's pushed back far enough, go ahead. Try to get into the cap. Sure. Especially with smoke, easy. When there's a CV, it's going to be a little bit harder. But mostly you want to avoid that. If there's other DDs, you're there to help them, right? You're their backup. Because you're going to outgun most of the destroyers. If there's another destroyer helping you, it's even easier. So let's see how this works. There's 17 of us, maybe more, maybe less. Hopefully we're top tier. We are top tier. Okay. There is a CV though, but that's okay. What else is there? So we can outgun him. We can outgun him. We can outgun him. So none of the DDs are a threat. The Zara is a threat. And then the rest of them are just battleships. So I'm going to show you guys how to bug battleships with this boat. And particularly this boat. We're going to just cause fires and havoc. I'm not going to bother capping, because obviously there's just one cap. So what we want to do here is, we want to go flank. Because if we're at the edge with maximum speed, we can move around more freely, right? We kind of want to avoid islands as much as possible, but if we have to, we're going to use them to get in close. If we can get into range of any of these two guys, it would be great. This guy, I believe, still has hydro, so we kind of want to stay away from him. But we'll see. We'll see. So, turn off your AA. Obviously, turn it always off, because he will detect you. Well, he'll detect you at 3.5. Or, sorry, at 2.9, but your AA will go off at 3.5. So give yourself that little bit more space. But if you're getting detected, pop it now, so he doesn't have enough time to react. And then once he's out of your AA range detection, turn it off. And then you go dark almost instantly. Alright, so we're going to get in position here. I usually play this with music. It's very quiet, kind of peaceful. Yeah, we're gonna get into a central position right now, but eventually we're gonna go to the edge. I have to play it by what the enemy team's doing. So if the enemy team's doing something more centralized, I'll go to the edge. If the enemy team's spread out, I will try to then dabble between the middle and the edge, because I don't want them shooting me from two different positions. That's why the edge works, because they always shoot you from one position. Now, there's the Farragut, so we're paying attention to where the DDs are. Akatsuki's on the other side, so we're still looking for a Z. I believe the Z's in the middle somewhere, but we gotta figure out where he is before we continue going anywhere. I don't think there's gonna be any preemptive torps. If there is, well, then we can boost away. Remember, we had that acceleration. Now here comes the CV again, but I'm using the island, so he can't actually strike me until it's too late. I am gonna move though. And can't strike me, too close. We're knocking down planes though, that's what we need. Sometimes when you're hidden like this, just keep your AA on. Keep it on. Try to get as many planes as possible. Alright, we don't know where the Z is. So I'm actually going to attempt to go this way and help out our DD because he cannot outgun the Farragut. No. Actually, he's a tier higher. Oh, there we go. So boost and gun. We're too close to the Torp right now. Boost and gun. He's just going to keep going forward. Here. Here. And keep turning away. Keep turning away. Okay, this guy's a little bit newer. Notice how he's shooting behind me? That means he's having troubles. Don't put your fire out until the battle is over. Okay, now put the fire out. So what I did there was gun, 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 gun. And then within the reload, because the reload's 5 seconds, I shot Torps and I gun, 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 gun. What he did was align his Torps, try to shoot me. So while he was doing that, I was chunking him down and chunking him down. When you're in a close battle like that, almost never dump Torps, because all he had to do was stop and turn. I would have missed them all. But that timing that I wasted on shooting those Torps, look how many times I shot him. Even though I had a slower reload, I still shot him more than he shot me. And I angled. Notice how I angled away from him? So when he's shooting, he has to hit a silhouette like this instead of a silhouette like this. He stayed broadside to me, and I had full control over that. Alright, so there's no one else here. The Zara's coming in, but what's going to happen is I'm going to actually get to the side here and get myself in a position to counter this Farragut. The Colorado's not a problem. The Nagato's not a problem. The only problem is this Zara. Oh, Farragut's there. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm actually going to smoke up right here. I'm not afraid to eat Torps from anyone, and I'm going to dakka this guy. While he's being spotted, we need him dead. He's the only cruiser. And with his sap, he actually can smash my ship. Oh, okay, well, that's not good. That's not good at all. We need spotting on him. It's not good at all. Okay, I'm going to hold my Torps for the Colorado. Okay, he's firing, but no one's spotting him. That's not good. Okay. So that means our guys are a little bit further back. I'm watching the minimap, and they're all sitting in our camp, which is not ideal. We want them to... Okay, so I spotted him myself because I just need him... I needed to have at least a shot on him. Okay, he damage gone right away, so he's gonna disengage. Yeah, he feels like he's the type... Oh, why did you smoke up too? Okay, he damage gone the first fire, then we put another fire on him. So he's gonna be burning full duration. This guy is just straight sailing. So when he's straight sailing, pretty much use the marker. And I'm not going to engage him. I want him to not be threatened. So what's going to happen is I'm just going to not shoot him. If you start shooting him, he might start turning. He might do things that are not straight sailing. And because you don't want to engage him, I mean, our guy's engaging him, but that's okay. If I put more pressure on him, he might do something different. And then we can't get... we cannot then get a good Torp strike on him. Now again, I'm only using my Torps here because he's close enough for me to use my Torps. I think we have him with Torps here too. Any second now, they should hit. Five Torps, 6 Torps. He should be almost dead. Let's see. I might be engaged by here by the destroyer. And he's almost dead. So let's just finish off the fight. We actually want to shoot here because we want the Farragut to come out and engage us. There he is. Now, we're too fast for him. I believe he also doesn't understand how fast we are. These fast boats are exceptional when it comes down to it. And look, I could just take a full volley on the battleship. No harm, no foul. We're going to finish him off first and leave the DD alone. DD's having troubles hitting us, so we're actually... I'm not concerned about him. I'm going to start dodging a little bit more, though, because I don't want him to clock in exactly how fast we're going or where we're going. Plus, he's also shooting AP, which, with that velocity of those guns, doesn't really do much. So, we know where he's going. We have torpedoes ready before he engages. So what we're going to do is we're going to preemptively shoot the Torps. If we hit him, great. If we don't, though, they'll distract him enough that we'll be able to gun him while he's dodging. Because he's not going to be paying attention. He's going to want to dodge these torps, not shoot us. So he's not going to be very accurate when it comes to shooting us. Here we go. There he is. Okay, he's not paying attention. I guess he forgot that we're still here. Right? So now whatever kind of move he does, unless he just dies to our guns. Yeah, he's dead to our guns. Way too late. Okay. One more destroyer. We're pretty much hunting destroyers. That's the purpose of the ship. But when there's no destroyers, we want to harass the battleships and cruisers as much as possible. Giving ourselves time to readjust. Okay, so I don't want to shoot him there. I want to get in as close as possible. Our Gneisenau doesn't need to push this because he's just going to eat torps. But it's all about that map awareness. If you're not going to be map aware of what's happening in front of you, then you're going to be eating torps. Now, this guy's not really stopping in a smoke. And we have the velocity to get our shells exactly where we want them. The Akatsuki did shoot all his torpedoes, so we actually don't have to worry about them. Okay, he's dead. Notice I'm not really worried about getting kills. We're worried about getting damage and winning. Right? They can take all the kills. I don't care. As long as I'm helping my team win, that's all that's important. The mentality of most players isn't that, though. It's kind of funny. Everyone wants kills, everyone wants damage, but they don't want to put the work in. You got to put the work in to get those things. So if you're not going to put yourself in the proper position with the ship that's built for that position, then you can't really expect much out of it. Now this Zara can still kill us here, but we're going to, even now that he's getting crushed, we're going to engage him now. And give him less chance of shooting our slower ships and shooting us. We just have to... do this. Duck and weave. There's the fire. See, that's the big damage I was talking about. He doesn't need much. He doesn't need much. There you go. I almost died with 2 volleys. But that gives you an example of how threatening those cruisers are, especially with SAP. Horrific. As long as he's hitting mega damage. He hit me for 12,000. Within that 3 volley, he hit me for 12,000. I only hit him for 4,000. Earlier, obviously, I hit him for a little bit. But that exchange right there, one more shell, I would have been dead. At this point, these guys aren't a threat. Even if the CV spots me, I'm okay. I will just smoke up and just dakka them to death. So I'm going to quickly just beeline it right to them. Get into position to harass and just harass. They might shoot the smoke and kill me, but the game's over. So I want now maximum XP. The only way to get maximum XP is to go and attack. These guys, if they knew better, they're newer players. If they knew better, they would actually go straight at us to get more experience, to not be at this tier anymore. The fact that they're running away, there's a few options to that. They either think that they're going to save on repair bills, which you don't. You pay the repair bill before the match even starts. Doesn't even matter if you don't get hurt, you still pay it. Or somehow that them running away is somehow better for their account. I don't really understand the runaway part. If they're paying attention to what's happening, they would see that they're losing. They would see that they need to do more. It's not impossible either. They're in a position to do plenty. I am spotted here though. This is a little bit bad because one secondary and I'm dead. So I'm not gonna fire now. I want him to not shoot me yet. Okay, I'm gonna go widespread because I don't know where he's gonna turn, which is fine with me. Okay, he stopped looking this way. Sometimes people shoot right away, and then they're like, "Oh, he's right there," and then they shoot, and it's a blind shot, and you're dead. So what I did there was I just gave myself a second to reposition, right? Because I didn't get spotted. They obviously saw me there. We need fires on him before we can shoot the other guy. So what ideally what you want to do with a high volume HE spamming ship is you want to cause a fire. You want them to repair it. Okay. And then you want to cause another fire, so then it's permanent, and then you want to go to another ship. And like this, you want to have permanent fires on at least 3 ships. So that your ticker's, it's ticking up damage, right? It's ticking up damage, but you're not shooting at him. Putting dots on ships is very important. So he's most likely going to put this out if he's newer to the game. Or he can't put it out because he just recently put out something. He is out of my range, so I'm going to actually engage again. Which is obviously threatening because any shell and I'm dead. But that's not a problem because I want XP and the game's almost over. We're actually in their camp right now. So in order for this to work, we have to get a little bit aggressive. The game's over, like we're winning. So this is where you kind of have to use this moment as a practice. Like, okay, I'm low health, but I'm engaging. So now I have to deal with planes, I have to deal with a few things. This is the practice time. You know you're already winning, so might as well try out things that you haven't tried before. Like this CV engaging me right now? Not even a problem. See? Battleship shooting. Takes only 1 shell. Come the bombs. Might be dead. Now, the CV also has secondary, so I gotta be very careful coming in very close to him. Because like I said, any little hit will cause my death. I might be dead here too. There it is. Now, he probably feels lucky. He got the job done. Technically, it's just RNG. It's just chance. We got the CV though, so even more XP for us. I believe we have a fire on him. We do have a fire on him, so we might actually get another kill here. We might get another... Even if our team hits... There we go, there's high caliber. We just got three achievements. Are we going to kill him? Are we going to kill him? Let's see. Nope, we didn't get the kill, but that's okay. One more tick and we would have had that kill. And there you go. There's a typical Kiev game. You bully them around. 153,000. We got achievements done. 3 kills. Didn't matter if we got 3 kills. We got a lot of fires. We got torpedo hits. 222 shells landed. We got 2,000 base XP. Obviously, we were top tier. A little bit of a bully move. A lot of those players were new. But learning your ship will get you these results and will get you the victory any day. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Comment down below if you want to see anything else about this ship. I'll talk to you all later. Bye from me.